Hello Exiles! Finally, big moment for PoE2 is about to coming. We are less than 1 hour and 50 minutes, something like that, for the reveal of 05, finally. By the way, we'll have a new patch. I was here playing with the Witch. I'm just starting a new character, just for practice. This is the class I played the last, so I'm trying something with the minions, but they announced here inside of the game, already went in the PoE forum, a patch. The patch basically is to prepare the supported backs and the announcement. That's it. So let's continue play with my witch until we have the live reveal. I will go live here, and after I will do a highlights video for you if you don't have the chance to follow the live streaming, and I will launch it on my YouTube channel.
You're not going anywhere.
Man, this is something I really wanted. They improve the minions. I was checking the highest build in damage, even in standard or leagues. I cannot see a build with minions. Usually or chaos, or they use like saucer, comets, or crossbow. But a builds with minions, high damage, forget it. We don't have none. In PoE1, I love the minions. Okay, I already play a league with as a necromancer, and it's really cool. I think they need a lot of work here regarding the minions, but that is my opinion. Oh, hey, you are seeing right now the patch in 5 minutes, so I will play more 5 minutes and it's done. My expectations for the reveal is a roller coaster. For one hand, is high as never, but in the other hand, I'm afraid can be a big disappointment. I hope not. And I hope they bring us a new class, honestly. And I'm expecting everything. The worst and the best. I really don't know. And let's see if at least on my bets, I made the bets, we'll have a new mechanic similar to Delve, not Delve itself, and the Gladiator. Man, probably I'm wrong in both scenarios, but we'll figure out in 1 hour. But I'm very confident they prepare something big, because they know if they don't prepare something really big, the community will be really frustrated.
Stop. Just wait. Surely,
Man, the boss fights for me is still the best thing in the game. I love the boss fight.
Great Wolf, take you, bastard!
My would-be executioner.
And the boss fights are amazing.
Get down here! The guillotine. Once.
Ooh. Are you sleeping, Mario?
I'll rip your damn throat out. Your time is up. Kill the criminal.
I will feast on your soul. Back off!
For me, the campaign is still the best part in PoE2, honestly. I know they will shut it down like in 10 minutes. They already announced the new patch here, because the patch will be to prepare everything for the announcement and the supported packs. That is the message we got from the support. I already went in the forum. Will be 004k, something like that. The sprinting, honestly, I think they need to improve the sprinting. Sometimes it's really strange. I prefer the dash and the frost blink in Path of Exile 1, but that is me. Oh, 10 minutes. Man, the patch notes. The patch note is one line. I was checking the forum. Not following any build guy, just to make it sure. I'm going with the flow. I'm playing this just man, if we don't have any new class, I will go as the witch. That's why I'm playing right now. So I'm prepared for the scenario we don't have any new class. I have to be prepared for that. I'm preparing for everything, honestly. For one new class, two new class, zero class. The only thing I know, they will bring changes in the end game and the mechanics rework. That's the only thing I'm certain. The other things we'll figure out in 1 hour. I hope they can bring some juice for the minions. I always like the minions, but here, I don't know, something is missing. I will be really happy if they introduce one of the things at the beginning when I was starting get really into PoE1. I was not okay, but now I love it. It's the crafting bench, and I really miss the crafting bench here. I will be really happy if they bring the crafting bench, believe me. But the crafting bench as a PoE1, if you know what I mean. Man, because the crafting bench in PoE1 give you some... What the hell? Almost got killed. Give you some control. Oh, yeah.
He's even more insane than when
Man,
we last met.
I love the lines of the witch. For me, it's one of the best inside of the game. Her lines are, man, are pure gold. By the way, I will create a pool here. If we'll have a new class or not. And I hope so. Let me create a pool. Okay, but before... Oh man, I got that because I was creating the pool. God damn it. God damn it. But it's okay, I'm not playing the hardcore. Was strange because my minions weren't aggressive enough to kill the mobs. And I hope they bring us some performance issues, improvements.
I will master the darkness.
Okay, 3 minutes. Yeah, okay. I have more 3 minutes and they will shut down PoE2.
Aren't you beautiful?
This is what happened when you are not focusing the game and watching other things.
Back off!
The blood here is terrible. And I started scared. I didn't die until now. Of course, because before I was focused, not watching all the other stuff. I will go here for the gold. Not a big deal, but anyway. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, at least. Okay, I reached the checkpoint. That was exactly what I wanted.
Gruesome.
Man, let's test it. I think this will crash in the middle of the fight. But anyway, let's go for it. This is the most annoying boss at the beginning.
This interloper has the power we need. Kill her, and you shall have everything.
My
I
resistance. Cold. 20 knights, not a big deal.
This time.
29%.
Or
Really?
should I take yours first?
First one's ire. Ogham is mine. No escape.
I will let the minions do the work.
Easy prey.
Oh. God damn it, Mario. Mario's...
Oriana! Open the cage. Release the beast. Give me what you promised.
I think not. I expected so much more from you. Since you are too weak to do the job, I'll find someone who can. Goodbye, husband.
You manipulative whore! How dare you abandon me after all I've given you!
This is not the worst part. The worst part is when we have that form. This one.
Your pulse quickens.
I hate this part. God damn it.
The eternal impure. With bloodlust empowered. Our Esamir endured.
Okay, with minions is easier.
But soon all were devoured. In unending war. Death waited at the door.
Back off!
Then hour by hour, men fell as summer soured. Requiem on high. Chilling frost. I smell your blood. And I am chilling for... Requiem on high.
Are you kidding? Oh man, you must be kidding. I knew it. And in the middle of the boss fight. Oh, thank you, GG. God damn it. Okay, we have already the streaming starting soon in PoE official Twitch. And they must be joking. This boss is terrible. And I have to do it again. I will try login, but I'm pretty sure. Unexpected disconnection occur. Yeah, of course. So there is nothing I can do right now. honestly, there are some streamers are playing like I saw Diablo 4, but guys, I love Diablo, okay? But the old school Diablo, Diablo 1 and Diablo 2. I played the Diablo 4, the campaign, amazing, I love it. But after the campaign, I play a little bit, uninstall, and that's it. I rather to until the official launch, I will practice with my witch and playing Path of Exile 2 or even PoE 1. Honestly, it's not for me. Currently, are the games I like the most. PoE 1 and 2 in action RPG. There is another game, I love it. I love it, but I'm waiting for the new expansion. I don't have any news. The release date is Grim Dawn. Man, I love Grim Dawn. Love it. But I'm waiting for the new expansion. Believe it, if you never play Grim Dawn, give a chance. The game is amazing. Of course, they need to improve the graphics, okay? Looks old graphics, because that is the mechanic, okay? Everything that the game was made is kind of old, but the game is amazing. Well, I cannot log in. Okay, let's go out. Let's go out. I don't have any chance. I will play PoE 1. That's it. Oh, PoE 1 also. So the server went out, PoE 1 and 2. Okay, amazing. So the solution I have, let me check, 53 minutes. What? You see my desktop, okay? The games. PoE 1, 2, Diablo 2, and iRacing in Luma. That's it. That's the games I play, basically. And I have Grim Dawn installed. I don't have here the icon, but Grim Dawn is always installed. Why? Because you can play offline. And sometimes when I have internet connection, man, Grim Dawn is a saver. Really saved my day. And there is nothing I can do it, so... Act 2. Wait. Ah, okay, this is the ladder. Yeah, but I restart a new one. Yep, I restart a new one. Okay, I get it. And I love Diablo, but I don't know. Now I'm not too much in the vibe of playing the Diablo. What I want is playing PoE, honest. Alright, okay, let me go out, man. I'm not in the vibe. I love Diablo 2, but I'm not in the vibe. I will show you since... Grim Dawn. I told you. I have Grim Dawn installed. As you can see, I was not lying. Man, for sure, many of you already know the Grim Dawn, and I love this game. Okay, the UI, it's old. That's the problem. Windows borders. Okay. Ah, okay, I got it. Because now I have a 2K monitor. This was for my other monitor. I have, as a support, the Full HD. I got 2K new Dell like 6 months ago. Okay. I don't play this game 6 months. Man, I don't remember. Okay. What made this game so brilliant and so fun? Man, almost any build works in this game. Almost any build. The fire guns are amazing. I don't remember the health bar. Look. Okay, I just entered the game to show you the game. If some of you don't know the game, man, the game is really cool. And we have, look, the zoom. Look. Okay. I just entered in Grim Dawn. If some of you don't know the game, believe me. And the game is practically free. The price is ridiculous. And I think the servers are down, but I will try again. Because I was playing with my witch in the middle of the boss fight. They shut down the servers. Yep. We have currently 15,000. Okay, the numbers are increasing. 16,000 viewers on Twitch. Man, I remember the launch. The launch was crazy. Was crazy. I will never forget. The game. I will never forget the launch. Okay. There is nothing else I can do. I have to wait. Servers are down. If sooner or later they got back, I will go back to PoE2 until the live stream started. If not, honestly, I wish I have this on YouTube, because the advertisement. I understand it's great for them because they make money, but watching this with the advertisement is terrible. Okay, guys, I will do a pause 5 minutes to drink a coffee. Because, let's be real, there is nothing I can do right now. The only thing I can do is waiting. The servers went down, so they can update with the new patch. So I have to wait. Okay, I will pause and I'll go back in like 10 minutes. Okay, 30 minutes before. So I will try to log in again in PoE2. Don't forget, okay, comment everything, your expectations, if you think it will be a new class, if not. During the live, man, give me your feedback. I will react, okay? I hope I end the live really happy with all the new stuff they will bring us. I hope so, crossing my fingers. and I will do a highlights video and launch on YouTube later. If somehow you didn't have the chance to watch the live streaming, of course you can catch up everything on my YouTube. Okay guys, 10 minutes, I will go back. Oh, sorry. I forgot to turn on the micro. Okay, downloading content. Okay. And let's check it. Don't tell me I can see the supporter packs already. That will be the first thing I will take a look. If I can log in, I will do it. And let's see it. Okay. Log in. Okay, I was able to log in. So they were really fast. The servers were down like 50 minutes. I told you, I didn't lie. But now let me check one thing here. Okay. Man, early access support packs. What do we have here? Man, I don't enter here a long time. I only have 160 coins. Core of Wisdom. Man, honestly, I cannot tell you if this is new or not because I don't enter here for a long time. Packs. If someone can tell me if this is new or not, because I don't know. Okay, this is the support packs right now available. Okay, let's go for the boss fight. I have to keep an eye so I will not miss. Let me check. Okay. 24 minutes. Man, it's more than enough. To finish this boss. I think so. And I hope so.
No noose this time. I'll remove your head myself!
Not if I take yours first.
First one's iron!
Back off!
You will falter! Ragnar, to me! First one's iron!
Okay.
Chilling frost. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Requiem on high. Chilling frost. The air grows colder. Agnar the Ruined. Agnar the Impaler. As swift as death. And imbued by the moon. Cursed or gifted. Branded and afflicted. Your veins soon chilled. Agnar shall slay again.
You're not going anywhere.
Desolation. Requiem on high. I smell your blood. And I am ravenous. Chilling frost.
I'm almost there. No, 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 don't die. Don't die, Marlon. Don't die.
Freezing gale.
Done.
Allow me to clear your mind, if only for a moment. The madness, it consumed my being. Oriana used it against me.
Where has she taken the beast?
I found messages from the desert.
From the Vastiri?
Yes. Find her. Kill her. But first, please, stop the madness.
As you wish. We must make haste. Let us return to Clearfell to make our preparations.
Count, we can find.
You've done well, Strain. The dark good luck. I like to hold on to bits and pieces. Oh, I like this one.
And the problem is the spirit. But anyway.
Another for my collection. Thank you.
A relic from long ago.
This critical strike bonus. Okay.
Some shadows haunt us both.
For it doesn't work.
Okay. Man, I'm trying here with the bone. Raise zombie. Man, the raise zombies in PoE1, it's amazing. Let's go for the raise zombie. Okay, I think I have it. And I will take this later.
We must pursue the flame. Betrayal of...
The Countess has escaped
Okay, let me check.
the beast.
I cannot miss the... Okay, 7 minutes.
Every attempt to control
I get addicted to playing, then I forgot the beginning of the live
seems to be
stream.
part of a treat.
So, the Marraketh. Strong-minded women aplenty. I approve. Rise! Scatter before me!
Okay. I will not lie, I'm not an expert on minions. Okay, now I will get the other skill. Bone Storm. Okay, let's test the Bone Storm. If we don't have any new class, I will play as the Witch. I'd rather do the other one, honest.
Back off!
I still prefer the Necro on PoE1, to be honest with you. Okay, let's pause it. Ooh, 14 minutes. Almost there. Okay, I think I can defeat this boss. Then I will end it. Oh man! This is what happened when you are. I always told you. I'm distracting with something. I'm not taking care of defenses. Of course, if I was playing in the hardcore, believe me, I will not play like this. That is for sure.
Ambush. So many corpses, so little time.
Okay. Okay, I think 10 minutes. Okay. Let's finish this.
You wait.
Repeat. Nice. What have you learned?
Okay, log out to log in. Now, I will be here until the beginning. I don't want to miss 1 second. And 9 minutes. Let's check the chat. Wait. What happened? What the hell? Ah. No, don't tell me. The computer freezing. I know, you must be joking. Ah, are you kidding me? Of course, the numbers. Almost 50k viewers. Comparing with the launch, forget it. But the launch was crazy. Crazy. And I'm afraid to do anything. The browser already crashed, so I'm trying not to do anything. Okay, I was checking. Man, 7 minutes is nothing. I really like this music. By the way, the soundtrack is amazing. I already got in touch with the developer. The guy behind all the soundtracks, really, really nice. I got in touch with him because when I was doing the video about PoE history, you can check in my channel, I was using a lot of soundtracks from each league, PoE1, PoE2. Of course, I asked him the permission if I can use it. The guy was really great. Okay, Mario, you can use it without any problem. Man, the guy is amazing. Okay, and the question about the new class. Everyone is betting that we'll have a new class. I hope so. I was wondering if they do something crazy and launch a class that we never figure out, like a whole new class. An example, Samurai. Man, I have to admit, that will surprise everyone. I'm in the website right now. We don't have anything. The Huntress, Ranger, Saucer. Okay, we still have blocked. The 4 remaining class, Templar. If I'm not wrong, is Templar, the Marauder, the Assassin, and the Gladiator. Okay, 5 minutes. Don't forget to connect your account for the Twitch drops, by the way. Okay, guys, I'm ready. Ready to rumble. I was talking with my mother, so can't close the door because all the light. And I'm excited. I will not lie to you. Well, I feel like a child waiting for something new. And I hope they bring us really cool stuff. I really hope. I don't want to end the live and say, what? This is all? Okay. I hope not. Okay, let's get ready. 1 minute. Okay, GGG, I'm ready. Let's go. I'm pretty sure this is not live. I don't know why. I have this is pre-recorded. That's the feeling I have. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. Okay. Try to be as comfortable as possible. Alrighty then, let's go, GGG. Give us something big as you promise.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Rogers, Game Director on Path of Exile 2, and welcome to GGG Live. We have a huge amount of stuff to share today.
I hope so.
So it's going to be a good one. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream.
Okay.
So you'll be able to claim the Red Queen's
already
font
know that.
hideout decoration by following the instructions below. Okay, so with that out of the way, time to roll the trailer for Path of Exile 2, Return of the Ancients.
Those in darkness. Once lay dormant. Now return. We who came before rise again. Behold, the first edict.
Whoa. New endgame quest, Origin of Divinity. I love it. But wait. 30 new endgame areas. Arbiter Pinnacle boss. New endgame quests, Rite of the... Okay, great. Ritual rework, we already expected that. New Ritual Pinnacle boss. New endgame quests. We already have 2 new endgame quests. Genesis tree crafting. Breach rework, so it's confirmed.
We become one.
New endgame quest, another new endgame quest. Delirium reworked, so everything is confirming so far. New Delirium Pinnacle boss, okay. New League, Runes of Alder. Man, I like it. Remnant encounters. 25 Calgarians new skills, okay. Expedition rework. Explore the ocean. New Expedition Pinnacle boss. New endgame quest, Masters of the Atlas.
Continue the search. See what you can find.
Atlas classes. Vault Temple 2 core. Okay. Atlas Abyss, I like it. No, looks really cool. 50 new bosses and pinnacles. Great, we have a lot of new bosses. New Atlas passive tree. Man, new crafting system. Wow, righty then. Spirit Walker Ascendancy. New Ascendancy. Martial Artist Ascendancy. Man, I love the monk. Still my favorite class so far. 40 new uniques. Okay. And much more. Man, don't tell me we will not have a new class.
To face
Wait, it seems so.
is to face oblivion.
I think we'll not have a new class. If we don't, man, I don't know. Probably without seeing anything, I will go maybe with the monk again.
So as you can see, there's just so much going on in Return of the Ancients, it's hard for even us to keep track of it all. Now, we promised that this one was going to revamp the endgame, and I'm very excited to talk about it. But first, we've got to talk about the League. So to do that, I'm going to hand things over to Mark.
Hi, I'm Mark Roberts, Game Director on Path of Exile. Now, for those of you who are new to Path of Exile, each time we release an update, we also release a new League. Not only do we have a new economy, but we also introduce new content through the campaign, which gives you a fresh play experience right from the start of the game, as well as new mechanics, storylines, and in-game bosses. In the Runes of Eldur League, you will encounter a man being attacked by the undead in Clearfell. After saving him, he introduces himself as Pharaoh, a young blacksmith trying to bring back the ancient art of Ezomite runesmithing.
I think we'll not have any
He has
new
been
class.
collating his discoveries in a tome and is keen to show you how runesmithing works. By inscribing symbols on these ancient Ezomite remnants, you can create all manner of old magics. Unfortunately, on doing so, the corpses of the nearby undead are revived and infused with some of the latent power, making for a difficult fight. After defeating these monsters, Pharaoh realizes that runesmithing is a dangerous business, and he is going to need the help of someone a little more martially inclined to discover these secrets. He lends you his tome and asks that you note down anything you discover when you return to him.
We have a new NPC.
In each area in the Runes of Eldur League, you will find a remnant, and as you approach it, you will notice that some symbols are already present, and some are waiting for you to fill them in. Depending on which symbols are already present, you will have different options for which items you can create using this magic. For example, if you combine Tempest and Lightning, you can create an Orb of Augmentation.
Okay.
But be careful. The symbols used to craft the items also empower the monsters around the remnant, who will be revived as undead to fight again with different properties depending on what runes you used. So, if you use a fire rune in your recipe, the monsters will be empowered with fire. Or if you use a moon rune, lunar beams will rain down as you fight the monsters.
Okay, I get it.
After the fight, break the remnant to receive the item you crafted. As you get higher level, you will start to find remnants with more slots for more runes, allowing you to craft rarer items.
Okay, I like it. At the
As
beginning
the
I
number of
was
slots increases though, more waves of monsters will be added, with each wave being empowered by more and more of the runes. And this can get pretty dicey, because some of the runes can have powerful effects.
Now we have to check the quality of the drops.
Like the Oath rune, which will cause one monster to be nominated as a leader, spawning waves of minions. The leader itself will be invincible, but killing its minions will deal damage to it.
Okay, I get it. Hey, it looks interesting, to be honest with you. It depends the drops and the options we have in the crafting, but I like the concept and I like the idea.
Some recipes can get pretty large, requiring 6, 7, or even 8 runes.
But I like the concept.
But
behind.
Don't worry, you won't have to remember them. Pharaoh's runecrafting book will record all the options, allowing you to simply pick which one you want to craft, given the existing runes that are already on the remnant.
Okay. It's
To
really
expand
simple.
your knowledge and to allow you to craft more items, Pharaoh has asked that you keep an eye out for signs of runic magic around Rayclast. He wants to document anything you find in order to rediscover the secrets of Ezomite runesmiths of old. The first of these can be found in Ogham, and reveals to you an ancient secret, buried deep underground. The runic magic which the Ezomites believe to be their own is actually of Kalguran origin. Thousands of years ago, the Kalgurans came to Rayclast to find sources of verisium, a metal on which engraved runes allow control over reality. Pharaoh is determined to learn these ancient ways and gain mastery over them. If you can bring him more verisium, he'll be able to use it to smith power into any armor, granting you runic ward, the power harnessed by the Kalgurans since ancient times.
And I have to watch this
Runic
slowly.
ward is a new resource that protects you from death. Should you run out of life, your runic ward will kick in, sustaining your body until your life can return.
Wait?
It effectively acts as an extra life pool. Of course, should you take enough damage to run out of that, you will still die. Every single piece of armor in the game can be upgraded this way, even uniques. Some are just a strict upgrade, giving runic ward with no downside. Others are more extreme, sacrificing defenses to get a much larger amount of runic ward.
Maximum resistance.
There are even some that add new modifiers to uniques entirely, making them much more viable for higher level play.
I like it. I really like this
But
one.
the Kalgurans use
Modify
runic
the
ward
uniques.
for more than just a defense. It can also be used to power many other magics. Instead of using gems created from corruption, the Kalgurans used runes of power and fueled them with runic ward. Many of the options available from remnant crafting are new types of Kalguran skills that exclusively spend runic ward to wreak havoc. An example is Triskelion Cascade. Using it will cause your next spell to be triggered multiple times in a
800.
Triskelion pattern. You can use it with skills like Ice Nova that you cast from yourself,
Whoa.
or with something you target at a distance, like Comet. There are also skills to modify existing effects using runic magic, like Frost Flame Nova. Using this skill on a pack of burning enemies will transform the Ignite into Frostfire, both burning them and building up freeze at the same time.
Man, really cool.
You have basic buffs like Hollow Shell that guards all nearby allies, to more complicated mechanics like the Mark of Repulsion that creates a mark capable of pushing away all nearby enemies. Instead of spending mana, like skill gems do, all these skills cost runic ward, and unlike gems, they don't have a color. This means that they don't care about attribute requirements, or what kind of weapon you use. These skills are designed to be used on any class.
Okay,
and so
I like-
often interact
I
with
like that.
mechanics that apply across many characters. By combining different runes together, the Kalgurans were able to support their runic abilities, and you can as well.
Good evening. How are you?
There is also a set of runic supports that can be combined with regular skill gems in interesting ways. Concussive Runes allows you to add these concussive shockwaves to any skill that stuns. While Runic Infusion lets you spend ward to directly empower the damage on any skill. Now, there are other quests during the campaign too, that unlock even more interesting crafting methods.
Okay, they enlarged the crafting option,
Buried
but
deep in the
a
jungle
lot.
in Act 3, you can find the Mystic Refuge, containing even more secrets for Pharaoh to learn from. Using this knowledge, he gains the ability to reforge unique weapons. With this technique, many low-level unique weapons can be upgraded to do significantly more damage.
No, I like this
Now,
part.
we've
I
been
like
able
this
to
part.
take a bunch
really.
of uniques that had interesting modifiers, but were not in-game viable, and give them a bit of a boost to get there. And it's not just low-level uniques. All Kalguran uniques are able to be runeforged this way too, and they can do some pretty interesting things. Like Searle's Grit, a new unique, which when runeforged can get one of several different outcomes. Now, there is still so much more that you can craft with remnants. There are also 100 new runes, as well as many other new crafting currencies. This is the runes of Eldur after all, and some of these runes have quite powerful effects. For example, this elemental conversion rune will convert all the existing mods on a non-unique weapon from one element to another. Using it, you could combine a weapon with all 3 elemental damage mods.
Okay, we have 3
into a
elements
single
before.
element, making a weapon with massive amounts of cold damage.
Yeah, man, the cold damage
There is
huge.
also a rune that lets you destroy your rune sockets to turn them into a dual socket on your item.
Ooh, no, I like this, man.
And there are even
really like this.
crafting meta runes that can unlock new types of mods when used with regular crafting. For example, this Rune of Chronomancy will unlock a set of time-related mods to be crafted on your boots. Once placed inside, use regular crafting orbs to attempt to get new mods like cooldown speed or increased skill effect duration. You can also create a new type of currency called alloys. Using regular metals alloyed with verisium, new modifiers not normally available can be directly crafted onto your items. Using imbued alloy could improve your ailment damage, for example. There are honestly so many options here that
I
unlock
agree.
all sorts of crazy crafting projects.
No, you are right.
So I think people will be experimenting with these for a long time.
Major upgrade on
Once
crafting.
you get to King's March
Major
in Act
upgrade.
4, Pharaoh finally meets Danig, a real Kalguran runesmith. And riddled with excitement, he wants to learn how to merge modern Kalguran techniques with the ancient knowledge that he has found. From here on, Pharaoh joins in the Kalguran expeditions that Danig has been leading. With the ancient knowledge that Pharaoh brings to the table, the Kalguran expeditions that Danig has been going on will change significantly. For those of you who haven't played it, the Expedition League mechanic involves carefully placing explosives, uncovering the buried dead, and recovering verisium from them. By choosing where to place the explosives, you can choose which kind of challenges you would like to face, or rewards you would like to claim. But unlike before, expeditions now contain the remnants from Runes of Eldur, allowing you to do some specific crafts along the way using the new League crafting mechanic. One very important difference from the simple remnant encounters, though, is that the empowerments that the remnants grant apply to every monster down the explosive line for the rest of the encounter, stacking together.
Man, they made
this can lead to some pretty
huge
extreme situations.
work in the crafting.
If you stack too many remnants, you might be in for a fight beyond your abilities, but the rewards can be very worth it. Each mod on the monster is improving the items that they can drop. Once you get to the endgame, you will find that the Atlas has changed substantially. To the south, you will now find the coastline of Rayclast, with the ocean beyond. Kingsmarch has not fared well after the Cataclysm, and lays in ruins. Rog's shop has been destroyed, but he is much more concerned about his wife, Gwenyn. He would like to launch an expedition deep into the ocean to find her, and this begins a new major mechanic for expedition, exploring the ocean. Previously, a logbook was a single encounter. Now, using a logbook, you can send ships to explore an area of the ocean to the southeast, uncovering a range of islands to begin your search for Gwenyn. You can hop from island to island, doing many new encounters. There are islands with expeditions, grand expeditions.
Man, this is a huge upgrade on expeditions.
New bosses.
Huge.
And all sorts of other unique things to find. Eventually, you will find the island that Gwenyn has been holed up on. It turns out that she has found the tomb of an ancient Kalguran, Medved. While she appreciates you coming to her rescue, she is still keen to blow open the doors of the vault and take whatever you can find inside. It's just a shame that Medved isn't as dead as you previously assumed. Now, after you have defeated Medved, you will find another logbook, and this time you can use it to choose which direction you want to explore. The ocean is vast and contains a huge number of new islands to find. With each logbook, you can explore one sector and you can go as deep as you like.
Now my big question is,
there are all sorts of interesting objects to uncover
this will be
and
endless
dungeons to explore.
Or we have a limit?
Many of the islands have expeditions with totally new mechanics. So for example, here is a volcanic island with voltaxic sulfite. Blowing up the sulfite will unleash extra waves of enemies. But there is also this wall with a suspicious light coming from behind it. On blowing it open, a giant ogre comes out, and he is determined to eat as much sulfite as possible.
Man, I will be honest with you. I think I will do a lot of expedition.
The more sulfite mounds that you have blown up, the more empowered and the more rewarding he will become.
And probably, since we don't have any class, that is the conclusion I'm getting
These
so far. Maybe I will go as the warrior.
You can find,
finally.
Blow up. Free trapped wisps. Blow open root doors. Even raise ancient precursor technology. And of course, more bosses. There are Tomb of Uhtred, the Star Drinker. Uhtred was responsible for calling down the meteors of Verisium, which the Kalgurans used to power their ancient magic. And upon defeating him, he calls down a truly gigantic one into the ocean nearby. On visiting it, you find that it is shrouded by a strange energy emanating from the Verisium core of the meteor within. There is something growing in there, and it can't be anything good. In order to gain entry, Danik suggests that the Triskelion Flame, an ancient Kalguran artifact that can absorb and cancel the effects of Verisium magic, could be used to enter. But to find it, you will need to locate the Tomb of Olroth, leader of the Knights of the Sun. Defeat him and gain access to whatever eldritch nightmare is growing inside. Now, we're not going to spoil the boss, but one thing you should know is that the Verisium that makes up the core of the meteor is of a quality that has not been available for millennia. Bringing this to Pharaoh and Danik should allow them to forge some objects of power, the creation of which has been lost to time. So that's the League, and there is a lot going on. To sum all that up, there is a new encounter with over 30 new monster types and over 30 new rune modifiers to enhance
I like
them.
this one.
You can create more than 100 new runes to craft your gear, as well as dozens of other new currency items. And there are new quests added to the campaign to unlock even more new crafting options. Rune forging armors.
No, the upgrade of crafting is amazing. Okay?
Upgrading
much
uniques.
better. Much better. They did a huge work
Dozens
here.
of new Kalguran skills and supports. Tons of new islands to discover by exploring the ocean.
My big doubt is
5 new
if we
bosses,
have a limit.
including a new pinnacle boss. And a bunch of new uniques to top it off. But there is still a ton more to come. It's time to talk about the massive changes to the endgame. But for that, I'll hand it back to Jonathan.
Now, as Mark hinted at before, the endgame atlas is very different now, and the ocean to the south is the least of the changes. The entire area around your starting location is now teeming with new questlines and things to discover. Will you investigate the strange forest to the west? The cracks in the earth to the east? Or perhaps visit the ruins of a vile city in the north? The atlas now has fixed points of interest at specific locations, giving you specific objectives that are
Okay.
easy to find.
We don't have the fog
Like
right
before
now.
though, no matter which objective you choose, going to towers to see what's out there is always a good idea. The first time you do that though, something new happens. The earth shakes, and a gigantic fortress rises from the earth. A remnant of the ancient precursor civilization.
Wow.
The cataclysm
Wait.
of the beast has caused an ancient protocol to be invoked. Should corruption ever take hold to this degree, the world must be scoured and purged of corruption. You will need to make your way into the fortress and activate the gates. Gain the keys to reach these ancient precursor weapons, and disarm them. But this will be no easy task. The fortress has many areas to explore and many new things to find. You will power up ancient machines, fight new and deadly foes, discover many new areas, and uncover some dark secrets. Now, the Fortress is the first of the new full endgame storylines that we're adding in 050, and there's a lot going on with it. But not only that, it has some pretty cool new mechanics as well. The areas inside the Fortress are special. Many of them have new mechanics or rewards that they grant. Like this map, where all the rares are contained in essence crystals. Or this one, which replaces all monster packs in the area with strongboxes. Or this one, which spawns an SirMariio spirit that always moves on from a rare after you kill it, allowing you to chase it through the entire map.
Okay, this is like maps inside of maps. My big question is if this is endless, because I really
Now,
like the
just
system
like the
in
normal areas of the
PoE1.
Atlas, you'll need to fight the map boss of each area to complete the map. But unlike a normal map, the ones in the fortress each contain precursor nodes after the boss, and activating these nodes will give you points for the new and improved Atlas passive tree. Now, we had an Atlas passive tree before, but it was one of the areas of the endgame that just wasn't up to scratch. The Atlas tree now works quite a lot differently. We have significantly upgraded the kind of mechanics that you can find on the Atlas tree. Like this one, that gives a chance to make rogue exiles you fight retreat from combat and move to an adjacent map. Before you fight them again, they'll upgrade their gear and come back with a grudge this time. There are also a lot of nodes that combine mechanics together in new ways, like this one which lets SirMariio spirits possess strongboxes. Incredible loot potential. You get points from every single area you complete in the fortress.
No, the Atlas-
And unlike before,
Woo!
that means you can
Big
allocate the
changes.
entire Atlas tree. Yes, this whole tree can be yours. This change is pretty important, since it allows us to be able to create many types of bonuses that we wouldn't have been able to create before. Like this one, which gives a chance for cities to be invaded by another faction, and can even allow it to contain 2 faction leaders, allowing you to get 2 crisis fragments. If we'd done this kind of thing in the old tree, we would have wanted to spec into it before running a city map, then unspec out of it before running anything else. With full allocation, we can have cool bonuses like these. Now obviously we still want to make sure that you have choices that define your in-game Atlas build. So many nodes in the Atlas tree are now multi-choice. Everyone will get the node, but which bonus you choose to use is up to you. Do you want your powerful boss maps to contain more essences, summoning circles, or rogue exiles? But there's also nodes that contain more unusual things. So for example, on this node you can choose. Do you want to give a chance for shrines to instead be given to the map boss in the area, making them more challenging but dropping special loot? Or would you rather give a chance to be given a shrine buff before entering boss arenas, making for an easier fight? Now, I could probably nerd out about cool stuff in the tree all day, but we should probably get back to the fortress. Now, one of the really important things we wanted to do was make it so that all the boss fights in the endgame are now accessible with a quest line. That means that to fight the Arbiter of Ash for the first time, you don't need to get lucky by finding keys. They will be in fixed locations and there's a quest to get them.
I like that.
But the Arbiter of Ash is no longer the pinnacle of Path of Exile 2. For that, you'll need to travel into the very center of the fortress. An incredible challenge awaits you, should you choose to go there. After the storyline, you still unlock keys for pinnacle bosses in the usual way, exploring the world and finding the keys required to get to them. But we have added a lot more interesting things to find out there as well. There are now all sorts of mechanics that can spawn on maps in the wilderness. For example, some maps might spawn as a rogue exile hunting ground, containing multiple rogue exiles who are there to hunt rare beasts. You might come upon them in the middle of a fight and be able to take out both of them. Or a map of champions that makes all the natural inhabitants
I
of
think
the area
I will
into
go
magic
as the warrior.
monsters.
All the demo showcase they
Or
are
this
showing
one that
it
causes all shrines
as
in the
the
area
warrior.
to release as merry spirits
There
when
is a
used.
reason.
Once you have explored and found your keys, you can return
Warrior
to fight
and
the
monk.
pinnacle in the fortress again. But this version of him will be harder. And not only that, he will have new unique rewards as well. Each time you fight him, you get the ability to activate one section of the fortress, and any maps that you didn't finish there will be automatically completed, giving you all the Atlas points. So if you're the type of player who doesn't want to explore the fortress, and instead just race out into the infinite Atlas, you still have a way to get all those points.
Okay, the
So
Atlas
that's the
Steel
Origins of
Infinity.
Divinity storyline.
Honestly,
It's
not
a
a
huge
big
amount
fan.
of new content with a ton of new areas, 5 new bosses, including a pinnacle, with a bunch of new unique items. But not only that, it also completely revamps the Atlas tree, and includes a ton of new map mechanics that you can find both inside and outside the fortress. But this is just one of the new storylines. So let's talk about the next one now, Masters of the Atlas. Now earlier we talked about how the multi-choice nodes in the tree allow you to
he
still have an in-game
changed
Atlas
the
build,
hair
but we didn't think
cut
that was quite enough.
like 3 or
You
4
have an
times.
affinity class for
Look,
your passive tree.
so this
Why not
was
an affinity class for your
recorded
Atlas tree?
way
Well, that's where
before.
the Masters of the Atlas come in. Throughout Rayclast are many opportunities for those with the skills to find them. Atlas Masters are willing to train you in these skills if you're able to help them in return. One such master is Jado, a member of the Order of the Jinn, an organization that secures powerful artifacts to prevent them from falling into the wrong hands. Jado will send you on missions to investigate strange occurrences on the Atlas and recover the artifacts causing them. And for each one you recover, he will gain more trust in you and teach you more ways of the Order of the Jinn. At level 1, you could choose to massively increase the chance for rare and unique chests, or make it so that all map bosses drop an additional unique item, or make corrupted waystones have an additional modifier, but at the cost of making them send you to a totally unknown location. Each mission you complete for Jado will unlock another row of abilities and give you another point to allocate, letting you choose how you want to specialize. But there are other masters too.
Okay.
For example, Hilda.
Similar concept as in
Hilda is a
PoE1.
member of a guild of monster hunters. She will send you on missions to assassinate specific deadly creatures around Rayclast and harvest their parts. In exchange, she will teach you her monster hunting skills, like this one, which adds a 25% chance to upgrade any map boss to a powerful version. Or this one, which makes his Marian spirits no longer possess rare monsters, making them go for the unique bosses in the area instead. You might notice that many of the effects on these are both upsides and downsides. So Hilda, for example, can make it so that you only get one attempt when fighting pinnacle bosses, but in exchange for that, they always drop 2 uniques. Because of that, we wanted it to be easy to swap between them depending on what you're doing. As you unlock each master, they will appear on the side of the screen. Simply click whichever one you want to use to run the map, and all the bonuses you have selected for that master will be activated. This allows you to have a few different strategies that you can quickly pick between, depending on what you're running at the moment. Now, one thing that's been pretty obvious is that the endgame leagues we created when launching Early Access and Zebissel just have a lot more going on than Delirium or Expedition, for example. We wanted to do a serious upgrade to all of these mechanics before we do our 1.0 release, and so that's what we've done. All 4 of the leagues we launched in early access have been upgraded with not only new quest lines, but new mechanics, new crafting systems, new uniques, and new pinnacle bosses. One of the really important changes we made to all the leagues is that you can now find them on the Atlas in specific locations, and each one has a quest line that will lead you there to being able to complete the league, along with its Atlas tree and its pinnacle boss. This is true even for the leagues that we didn't do major redesigns to, so let's use Abyss as an example. When you first encounter one in the endgame, you'll get a quest that leads you to the east, where you will find these mega abyss cracks in the earth leading away from the Well of Souls.
Okay.
All the maps along the cracks will contain abysses with special properties, and mapping along these cracks will close the Atlas scale abysses, giving you points for the Abyss Atlas tree. At the end of each Atlas abyss, you'll find an Abyssal Depths with the boss fight for one of the Abyssal factions, giving you a guaranteed way to fight them. And after completing all 3, you'll get a key for the Well of Souls, allowing you to fight the Vessel of Kulamak.
Okay, they organize
this kind of thing makes an in-game league so much more friendly for new players,
in maps,
giving people
so
obvious goals
you
and a guided experience to complete them.
What you are doing.
Alright, so let's talk about the first of the upgraded leagues, Delirium, and its new storyline, The Hare and the Raven.
I hope it's much better, because
As you may remember,
never a big fan of
during
Delirium.
Act 4, you were tricked into releasing an ancient entity from a Karui prison known as Tangmazu, the Raven Trickster. Tangmazu delights in breaking the minds of those who step through his mirrors, and when touching one, he will attempt to destroy your mind with twisted abominations generated from your worst fears. In Return of the Ancients, the first time you approach one of his Delirium encounters in the endgame, you will find Elder Maddox locked in a trance. His mind is trapped in one of Tangmazu's delusions, and you will need to free him. Once free, Elder Maddox demands that as you caused this problem, you should put it right. He asks you to travel west to the Withered Willow, the location he believes that Tangmazu first gained his powers. But be careful. As you travel there, the Raven Trickster will attempt to break your mind. Each map around the Withered Willow features Delirium encounters. Now this is more than a simple quest upgrade. The mechanic of Delirium has been overhauled and expanded. At the bottom of the screen, there is now a bar that indicates how deep into Delirium you are.
Okay, I like this bar.
You can see which direction leads deeper by looking at the fog.
Way better.
And the deeper you go, the more challenges you will face. By looking at the bar, you can see how long you have until the Delirium ends. And you can also see special encounters that you will face if you're able to go deep enough into the fog. At the end of the bar is always the boss of the map, but we now have a variety of other encounters that you might find as you explore the horrors of your own mind. For example, you might encounter a purple mirror shard that when shattered will cause all the enemies to become more nightmarish. After hitting this, you'll notice the Delirium demons are enhanced, significantly more powerful, larger, and scarier in general, along with more rewards. Or should you encounter a red mirror shard, you'll be sent into the depths of your mind. And must escape it while fighting off hordes of your worst fears.
Okay, I get it. They organize all the core system much better in the map.
Amulet with 2 instilled notables on it. Once you reach the Withered Willow, Elder Maddox discovers that a shard of the mirror is missing. You will need to track down Tangmazu and restore it if you have a hope of discovering how to defeat him, and that means entering the Raven Trickster's mirrors in an attempt to locate him. Each area around the Withered Willow contains Delirium encounters, so that's a good place to start. As you do Deliriums, some of the special encounters will drop liquid emotions. Normally these emotions can be used to install amulets to add notable passive buffs to them.
Guys, I will not lie to you. I'm expecting the new skills. Because I get it.
Now has the
everything they did, the rework of all the core systems.
Specific mods to an item slot that can be quite difficult to roll. For example, Liquid Despair will allow you to add critical hit chance, while Liquid Suffering will allow you to add movement speed or Air of Effect to your jewels. But there are many more.
So far, I really like the crafting, the map, how they organize everything, but I was expecting more a new class and skills.
He reflects the map boss for a ridiculous empowered fight, then destroys the entrance into his realm of madness.
Man, I think they can easily add a new class
into your mind.
Here.
A strange fruit is left behind which you can consume to fully embrace the madness in an attempt to reach the Raven Trickster's realm. Consuming the fruit will cover an entire area of the Atlas in fog, and every map you do in the fog will get progressively harder and harder as you explore the deeper reaches of your mind. At some point you enter a new layer. A simulacrum of your memories, twisted and perverted by the Raven Trickster. Should you be able to complete the simulacrum, Tangmazu will believe that you are worthy of a true challenge, and will let you take the remaining shard of his mirror, allowing you to enter his realm of madness back at the Withered Willow. If you dare to face him, it will be a fearsome challenge. Questline. There are new mechanics, new crafting options, and new boss fights. But one question you might have is, what happens after? Well, once you've completed the story, grand mirrors will start appearing on the Atlas sometimes after completing Delirium encounters. After doing the grand mirror, you can select where on the Atlas you want to do your fruit-induced drug trip and get another key to fight Tangmazu. But this time, the fight will be quite a bit harder, and not only that, the fight will be able to drop a bunch of new uniques that were not available in the questline version. We'll show some of those later. After doing a grand mirror, the decision of where to spread the fog can be important because there are some potent emotions that only come from certain map bosses affected by Delirium this way. Like all emotions, they can craft special mods onto jewels, but these potent emotions can create mods that you can't get any other way. So for example, potent liquid melancholy is an emotion that can only come from human bosses, and allows you to add a variety of on-hit effects. Also, you might want to try instilling amulets with these emotions. They could have some interesting effects, with some powerful notables that do not normally exist on the tree.
Give me an example.
Like Storm's Rebuke, which makes armor break boost your cold and lightning damage. But also notables from a clearly deranged mind, like Calm's Blessing. This skill allows you to ancestrally boost fire spells after using a Warcry. How about using an ancestral Flame Blast? Now, just like before, you can also upgrade the League by getting points for a dedicated Delirium Atlas tree. But this now works in a much better way and has much cooler effects. The maps in the Delirium area of the Atlas give you Delirium passive points for completing them.
Okay,
so
Jonathan, we already get it. Okay.
Some nodes will add new types of mirror shard encounters to your Deliriums. Like this one, which will pause the Delirium for some amount of time, allowing you to more easily get to higher depths. Or this one, which adds extra Delirium modifiers to monsters when you pick it up. There are also nodes that can add new types of drops, like this one which modifies Simulacrum encounters to add special liquid emotions, which can craft time-lost jewels. And nodes that apply to the Atlas mechanics of the League, like this one, which causes the Grand Mirror to spread Delirium fog over a larger area of the Atlas, potentially containing multiple Simulacrums. Alright, so that's the changes to Delirium. The core mechanic now includes a bunch of new things to find, new monsters to kill, and has new mechanics on the Atlas. It also has new crafting system for jewels, and over 20 new unlockable notables for amulets. Not only that, but you have a new pinnacle boss with a bunch of new unique items, and a massively upgraded Atlas tree just for Delirium. But there's still a lot more to come, so let's talk about Breach next. When you first do a Breach in the endgame, you will find Aelith, one of the Keepers of the Flame, an ancient order of monks dedicated to preventing the Hiveborn from entering the world. As you seem to be a keen slayer of demons, Aelith would like to recruit you to the order and asks that you travel to their monastery to the south. On the way there, you'll start to encounter more breaches, and will notice one of the first changes to the breach mechanic. You still have to kill monsters as fast as you can to keep the breach open, but now you can visibly see how much time you have left to keep it open.
I will not lie to you.
Each kill
so far, the mechanic I like the most was the expedition.
You will learn more
I
about
really
the
love the
Keepers.
expedition.
In the 25 years since the events of Keepers of the Flame in Path of Exile 1, the war with the Hiveborn has not gone well, and they have managed to establish a foothold in the world nearby. A gigantic area has fallen to the Scourge, and the Keepers are unable to get inside. Inside the monastery is the Genesis Tree, a powerful asset to the war effort, stolen from the enemy and gifted to the Keepers by the Dreamer himself. Using the tree, Aelith could create a breach stone and penetrate the Hiveborn foothold, but without Hive blood, the tree has withered. To get Hiveblood, you will need to take advantage of another new mechanic of Breach. If you can keep the otherworldly portal open for long enough, the Breach will stabilize and will enter a new phase. The Hiveborn will send their toughest miscreations to defeat you, and the Breach will not close until you can annihilate them, dropping Hiveblood that you can use to restore the Genesis tree.
Okay, we see a lot of drops.
In
Now
some cases,
let's check
you may
the
even attract
quality
one of the
of the
deadliest
drops.
foes the Hiveborn can offer, a Marshal of Zesht. These monsters also drop womb gifts, and if you take these to the Genesis tree, they can be used to craft items to help you in the war against the Hiveborn. Given that 25 years have passed since the beginning of the war, the tree has grown and withered many times, but with each cycle it learns and expands its abilities. When you first open the Genesis tree, you will notice these holes into which you can place your womb gifts. Each womb gift can be used to create a different type of jewelry and must be fertilized with Hiveblood. So for example, you can place this amulet womb gift into the tree and it will give birth to a random rare amulet. But the Genesis tree is capable of much more. As you continue to feed the tree, its branches will regenerate and allow you more and more control over what kind of items it will birth. So for example, this branch of the tree will allow you to control which base types of amulets can be birthed.
Guys, so far I already made my
And
decision.
as you go deeper,
Go
we'll
as
even
the
allow you to
warrior.
create new base types that
Play
you can't get anywhere else.
very few with the warrior, probably with the witch, the class I played the last, and I will do a lot of expedition.
Like this
I
one,
really
which
love
gives
the
you an entire
expedition.
spirit skill for free. Or this one, which has a rune socket in it. To the left and right are branches that will let you control which mods the amulet can get, specific mods that they will always have. With 15 points to allocate, you will have to choose wisely how you want to specialize your crafts, but it's worth noting that this tree doesn't have any cost to respecking it. You can enable or disable the nodes at any time by clicking on them.
Okay, I like this.
On rings, we've also added some really interesting new crafting options as well. You have a bunch of new base types like these, but you also have entire new classes of mods that can be added. The right-hand branch of the ring tree adds an entire new set of caster mods to rings. From basics like extra elemental damage for spells, or more niche options like this mod that increases the rate you gain seals for Unleash. And on the left-hand side, you can unlock an entire new set of mods for minion characters. This stuff is actually pretty important, because casters and minion builds didn't have as many slots with interesting item crafting compared to attack builds. The Genesis tree narrows that gap. There are also trees for belts and currency. I won't go over them too much here, but there are all sorts of goodies in these too, like being able to create new catalysts for jewels, or a belt that gives lightning damage. Once you've done enough breach encounters, you may finally get a womb gift capable of birthing a breach stone.
And we'll need a good filter. For sure.
And you can then use it on the Hiveborn incursion. Once used, the true extent of the Breach Demon's foothold becomes clear. They have not only transformed the land, but constructed huge sky hives as well. When you enter the outskirts of their realm, you will discover breach hives. Using the power of the Keepers of the Flame,
guys,
these
don't
otherworldly structures can be burned
misunderstand
away
me.
when walking
If you
through
play
them.
Path of Exile
But for
1,
each
you
one
will
destroyed,
understand.
more of the
I
Hiveborn
still
will attack when you
prefer
attempt to purge the
the
hive.
Atlas in Path of Exile 1. Okay, it's much better now. It seems much better organized
These
by
encounters are
areas, by
particularly
mechanics.
rewarding for womb gifts.
But in Path of
So you'll
Exile
want to do as
1,
many of
once
these as
you
you
get
can.
it, man, I think it's. I
But
don't
your
like
real
the
goal,
endless
the sky hives
infinity
deeper into the domain.
map. I prefer PoE 1. Okay, I
These
know.
twisted creations are
I know
securing the
where I
demon's
have to
entry
go.
into our world.
But that is
Inside
my
the very
opinion.
center
Okay.
are the Breach Lords Tool and Ash, and you will need to defeat them if you want to get rid of the foothold once and for all. Now, once you've completed the questline version, there is still more to do. You will find other breach domains on the Atlas randomly in your travels. For each one, you will need to find a breach stone, destroy the sky hives, and defeat the Breach Lords. And doing these encounters is what will give you access to fight Zesht, the existing Breach Pinnacle boss, which you can access by communing with the Dreamer himself inside the monastery. While completing the questline for Breach, you will also be gaining points for the Breach Atlas tree, and there are a lot of cool new options here.
Basically, this
node will
patch,
cause breach
they
hives to
were
spawn outside of
fixing the
hive-born
game,
domains on
if
the
you know what I
atlas.
mean. Okay, organizing everything
And this
and
one will give Aelith additional
puts
abilities that you can
everything
use while attacking
ready
a hive.
to get launched the other classes
Like
and
this one,
the final
which causes
version
all
1.0.
hive-born in the next wave to be magic.
This is
drastically increasing their
exactly
difficulty
what I'm
in
getting
exchange
for
way more
0.5.
items. There are also nodes that allow you to control your rewards, like this one, which adds a set of new lineage supports to the Marshal of Zesht. Or this one, which lets you control which womb gifts you will get.
Okay, Jonathan, we already
There's
understood.
also some nodes that affect the
Give
Genesis
us
tree,
the
like
new
this
skills.
one, which will cause
New
Zesht
skills.
to drop his head, which when returned to the Genesis tree, will grow a grasping orchid on the side of it. You'll have to experiment to find out what this thing is good for. Putting rings on its fingers seems to make it happy. So that's a rundown of what you can expect from the new Breach questline. There's a new stabilization mechanic for breaches, hive encounters, and hive-born incursions on the Atlas. But you also have a huge new crafting system and new bosses as well. Alright, so let's talk about the Rite of the Nameless storyline next. When you first complete a ritual in the endgame, Aoife, a lost spirit, will appear. She appears to need your help, but isn't able to communicate more than a few words, beckoning you to come to the Wildwood. Like the other leagues, Ritual now has a place on the Atlas to call home. The Wildwood could be found to the west. When you first arrive there, Aoife's spirit will guide you in, where you will discover that inside the Wildwood, spirits can take physical form. Aoife has been bound to this place by the King and the
Looks
Mists,
really cool,
and
the
requests
ritual.
that you free
Okay,
her.
looks
But
really
in order
cool.
to do so, you will need her body, currently in possession of the King. To reclaim it, you will need to gain an audience with him. Inside the Wildwood, there are many ritual encounters to complete. Like before, in each area, triggering rituals will resurrect the nearby bound monsters to attack you, and killing the monsters will give you tribute. In addition, each ritual you do in the area will add the monsters from the previous ritual, making the encounters much more challenging the more rituals you complete. Once you've completed them, spend your tribute to get items. Now, an important change to the rewards of Ritual is that all the items in the reward window are now uniques or omens, making this league's rewards much more valuable than before.
Okay.
In order to gain an audience with the Nameless King, you need to sacrifice tribute to him. Any remaining tribute you don't spend, return to the Wildwood to divine his location with the Nameless Shrine. His location will be revealed deeper in the Wildwood, and you will need to make your way to him, kill him, and get Aoife's body. Using her body, you can attempt to release her spirit, but this is when you learn about the true threat of the League. The Wildwood is built on top of an ancient prison. The King in the Mists didn't gain his power out of nowhere. He was granted it by an ancient being of darkness known as the Bodark, and the Nameless King's use of this power has been causing the prison to weaken. In order to prevent the Bodark from entering the world, a champion will need to enter its prison and beat him back, but those with a name are unable to survive there. In order to do so, you will need to transfer your name to another with a new mechanic in the Ritual League, the Rite of the Nameless. The rite will begin in a nearby forest. At first, it appears to be a regular ritual encounter, but that will soon change. The final ritual of the area will include the map boss. And defeating him will give you a piece of the effigy onto which you will transfer your name. But the ritual is still not complete. Once the map boss is defeated, the Atlas will open, and you will need to pick another adjacent map to continue the ritual. During the rite, each adjacent map will have different rewards to tempt you. So for example, if you go in this direction, you gain significantly more tribute. But if you go in this direction, the uniques in the reward window will turn into currency instead.
Okay.
You can also sometimes get offered specific items that will be added as rewards. So
5
in this
Chaos
case,
Orbs, for
you'll have to
example.
choose if you want to get 5 Chaos Orbs or a Mage Blood. A difficult decision, I'm sure. Now, as this is one continuous ritual, the
So
encounters
far,
in the next map won't
favorite-
start from scratch. They contain
what
all
I
the
like the
monsters
most,
that were gathered from
ritual
the rituals of
and
the previous map
expedition.
as well, making them harder and harder. And that includes the map boss too. You will need to defeat both map bosses in the final encounter for your next effigy piece. And it still doesn't end there. Pick another map, another reward, and add another map boss to continue until the Ritual of the Nameless is complete. It will take 5 maps in all, and will be an incredible challenge. But once complete, you can return to the Wildwood to perform the final rite. Transfer your name to the effigy, adorn the crown of the Nameless King, and enter the prison. Now of course, once the Pinnacle boss is complete, the League doesn't end there. As you do rituals on the Atlas, you can continue to give tribute to the King in the Mists for another audience. Pick another forest to begin the Rite of the Nameless once more, and this time with a harder Pinnacle boss and new unique items to find. Of course, we've also significantly upgraded the Ritual Atlas tree. Get points by completing maps in the Wildwood, and you'll be able to unlock some pretty cool nodes. Some of them affect the Rite of the Nameless, like this one which extends its duration. You thought fighting 5 map bosses at once was hard? How about 6? Or this one, which makes maps during the Rite have more reward mods, often having 2. You also have nodes that allow things to combine with other content, like this one, which gives a chance for rituals to be created inside summoning circles, adding a random boss to the ritual encounter. There is even a node which adds a new type of possible ritual, the Audience with the Queen, which causes the Bride of the King to sometimes appear. Okay, so that's ritual. But let's have a look at what this means for endgame content as a whole for Path of Exile 2. When you include the expedition changes made by the League, we have a total of 5 new endgame storylines, each of which has a hub, crafting systems, areas to explore, NPCs, and a Pinnacle boss as a capstone. Not to mention the Masters of the Atlas storyline as well. But more importantly, you now have immediate quests as soon as you arrive at the endgame, and goals with obvious progressions that you can see how to finish.
Way better.
Each endgame questline has a progress bar that you can pop up from the side of the Atlas screen at any time that shows you how far through you are, and buttons that will take you to the hubs for them. Overall, it's just a way better endgame experience with a significant number of fun objectives to complete.
Yep, I agree.
But just in case you didn't have enough goals, we did have one other thing that you might want to complete this league. These are called challenge leagues after all. Where are all the challenges? Well, players of Path of Exile 1 will be used to the fact that each league comes with a series of challenges that you can complete in order to prove that you are indeed the best. We haven't done these yet in Path of Exile 2, but it's time to change that. If you're able to complete them, you'll earn pieces of the Knight of Elder armor set. Opening the challenge screen will show you a series of 8 challenges.
Check
After
out
completing each
my
one,
skills.
anyone in chat or in the forums will be able to see your prowess. In addition,
I like
you'll get
it.
a statue to put in your hideout showing anyone you trade with how many challenges you've completed. You'll earn the first piece of the armor set after doing 2 challenges, and the full armor set after completing all 8. So that covers all the content you'll encounter in Return of the Ancients. But what about some new tools to fight against these new pinnacles with? Well, we also have some new Ascendancy classes as well, but to introduce them, I'll hand you guys back to Mark.
That's what I wanted.
As Jonathan said, we have 2 new classes to show you today, the Spirit Walker and the Martial Artist. Let's start with the Huntress's new class, the Spirit Walker. The Spirit Walker has developed an affinity with the Asmarian animal spirits. She is able to infuse the power of multiple spirits at her choosing.
Ooh, man,
On
lightning.
the bottom part of the class, you will find paths for each wisp you would like to commune with, be they primal,
No problem with
vivid,
mistake.
or wild. Each ability gives you a method to become possessed by wisps of that type, and a new ability when you spend them. The Stag allows you to summon stampedes when you attack. The Owl grants boons in the form of their feathers, which adds extra projectiles and enhances the projectile speed of your next skill. And the Bear simply summons a giant bear companion to your side. The bear will maul, slam, leap, and do intimidating roars to debuff your enemies. Now you can specialize more into each of these wisps, but if you want to combine all 3 of them, then a new hidden power will be unlocked, the power of the Sacred Wisps. This node is free, and enhances the quality of all 3 of your spirit animals. Your bear will take some of the damage you take, and grant you life regeneration. Your stags will become more aggressive, leaping towards enemies, and your owl-empowered skills will leave a trail of soaring ground behind them. But that's not all. The Spirit Walker has other powers beyond wisps. such as Idolatry, which can give you large bonuses for using idle socketables in your equipment. And this one, which is my absolute favourite. The Spirit Walker, having attuned herself with nature, can gain the ability to tame beast bosses, opening up a whole suite of very cool options for your build.
Ooh, wait!
Maybe you tame the mighty Silverfist in the jungle depths.
Man, I think I'm about to change my idea about the warrior.
Or maybe a three-headed chimeral beast in the chimeral wetlands.
Man, are you kidding me?
Or then there's a giant frozen owl beast.
I don't know.
Rakar,
I don't know
the
if I will
frozen
go
talon.
as the warrior. Honestly.
There's so many choices. You're going to have to experiment a bunch with this one, and I'm very excited to see what bosses you all choose to have as your trusted boss companion. Next up, we
Let's
have
check.
the Monk's new Ascendancy class, the Martial Artist. After decades of training, he has mastered 3 of the 7 Hollow techniques. Channeling Hollow Form technique allows the martial artist to create illusions of himself, which then use a skill of your choosing. Perfect for turning skills with less area of effect into ones that can obliterate packs with ease. Should you find yourself overly vulnerable while channeling, you might want to take Way of the Mountain,
Man, this is crazy.
which causes you to be covered in stone when you immobilize enemies, mitigating large amounts of damage. This can even enhance your attacks too.
Man, the
By
monk is
hardening your
always
weapon
so
in
cool.
stone,
I love the
you can
monk.
deal even more damage. After taking Hollow Focus technique, you can manifest your spiritual energy into objects. In this case, bells, which will appear around the martial artist and can be shattered by any of his attacks, even ones from the Hollow Form technique earlier. Hollow Resonance technique furthers that by adding a manifested bell to your back, which rings each time you deal a critical strike, damaging all enemies around you. Through all the martial artist's thorough training,
So
he has
any
mastered
additional
the
rune
flow
only
of
sock.
internal
Okay.
spiritual energy too, and has engraved runic tattoos around his meridians. By doing this, he can gain the benefit of extra runes. Just open your inventory and add the runes. There is one that counts as a helmet, 2 as a body armor, 1 as gloves, and 1 as boots. Finally, your hands, the ultimate expression of a master of the martial arts. Taking Way of the Stone Fist will cause your gloves to become a new base type when equipped. Each modifier on the original pair of gloves has an equivalent, more powerful, and more impactful modifier. For example, these gloves add some physical damage, cold damage, lightning
Okay.
damage, some resistances, and life gain on hit. Now, when I equip these, they become literal fists of stone, and not only grant me a bunch more evasion and energy shield, they now also grant a lot more damage, some maximum resistances, and a significantly higher amount of life gained on hitting enemies.
Yep.
With all the different rune combinations you could do, and the different modifiers on gloves, there's a ton of different build options, and we're looking forward to seeing what you can come up with. Now, with so many new bosses in Return of the Ancients,
I changed
of
my
course
idea.
we want to have a
I
huge
will
number of
go
unique
or
rewards.
with the new
There are some
Ascendancy,
pretty cool things in
Huntress,
here, so we
or
wanted
the
to show
monk.
you a few of them.
That's it. Both
Twisted
look
Empyrean
really
is
cool.
a two-handed mace made from the purest of Verisium, combined with the beast's corruption.
Yep.
It converts all of your mace's skills fire damage to cold, and visually does so too, turning your volcanic fissures into glacial ones. This mace also comes with its
I
own
was
built-in skill,
to test the
Starborn
warrior this time,
Onslaught.
but since
Using
we
Glory,
don't have any
you
new
can
class,
leap
I will
backwards,
go
throwing your
or
mace
as
at
the
ground,
Huntress
creating
or
Verisium
as the
fissures
monk.
before calling behind it a storm of cold metallic bolts from the stratosphere. Next, we have Eventide Petals, an amulet that not only grants runic ward,
But
but also comes with
I
its
think
own
I will
reservation
go
skill,
again with my
Midnight
favorite class so
Zenith.
far is the monk.
This skill causes your critical hits to grant Arctic petals that hover around you. Once you have acquired enough of these petals, they will be consumed, creating a floral ice crystal near an enemy. Then, destroy that crystal. The Raven's Flock is a staff perfect for minion characters. Not only does it grant spirit reservation efficiency and minion damage, it also allows your minions to inflict grueling madness on hit. slowing enemies and making all other slows on them more powerful, for maximum crowd control. That's not where this item shines though. It grants a skill called Spiraling Conspiracy. This skill causes a flock of ravens to circle you, dealing damage over time to anything near them. Killing enemies, or just by standing near unique enemies, causes the flock to grow, getting larger and larger. For you PoE1 players, you can think of this just like a raven righteous fire.
Okay,
That's not all,
I get
however.
it.
These ravens are also minions, so they fully scale with minion damage and come with their own command skill, Mad Flight.
I liked it. And
This
I'm
command skill causes your flock to create a tunnel of deathly damage between a set of illusory mirrors, obliterating anything in between.
Man, now I'm playing with the witch finally.
Horror's
I
Flight
don't
is
know.
a pair of gloves instilled with the purest of fear. Equipping these causes your enemies to become terrified of you. These gloves cause you to gain stacks of fear incarnate when you cull enemies. To aid in your culling, these gloves also come with the skill Crushing Fear. This is similar to the monk skill Killing Palm, except it deals chaos damage, and the amount of damage and area of effect scales
Man,
drastically
the
based on
monk
the
looks
power
so
of the
cool.
enemy.
So cool.
As you use this, gain your stacks of Fear Incarnate, which increases your culling threshold, meaning enemies become easier and easier to cull, even to the point of being able to instantly kill some monsters from full life. Sylvan's Effigy is a scepter for those wanting to run companions. It allows you to have any number of companions of different types.
You can have
Instead
any
of the
number
normal
of companions
restriction
of
of just one
different
per type.
types.
But what makes this cool is the Asmarian wolf companion it comes with. This is a persistent minion that bites foes to maim them, leaps to cause bleeding, and even howls to buff nearby allies. Additionally, it comes with the command skill Eternal Hunt, which when used it will howl, calling on the spirits to manifest spectral wolves to ambush all foes around you. Liminal Coil is a crazy wand. It allows you to apply as many curses as you please, but those curses will have no effect. What's the point then? 2 reasons. Firstly, your spells gain a bunch of extra physical and chaos damage for each curse on enemies.
Okay, I get it.
Secondly, is the skill it grants called Coiling Bolts. This skill is a projectile spell that fires coiling physical and chaos projectiles with every cast. What makes this skill truly special though, is that it will split and chain through every cursed enemy, causing an absolute ruckus.
I feel this
See for
will be
yourself.
really powerful. Believe me.
Periphery is a unique bow, which utilizes all the powers of the Asmarian spirits by dealing damage of all elements. And all elements can cause all ailments. The coolest thing about this bow, however, is the Asmarian Swarm skill. These are minions that are summoned when you kill enemies. They will pursue all nearby enemies, damaging them and inflicting a debuff on them that boosts your elemental
I like
damage
these
even
new
further.
unique items. Looks really
Watch as
cool,
you
honestly.
mow enemies down, and the swarms of Asmarian wisps aid you, melting enemies one screen at a time. The Ordained is a new spear, mastering in physical and lightning damage, with high critical
That
strike
leech
chance
recover
too.
based on your lightning damage
This
as well,
spear
physical
allows you to
damage.
leech life not only from physical damage, but lightning too. It also creates a fragment of divinity nearby periodically. What are those? Well, this spear has the skill Righteous Descent, which is an epic, divine leap, aided by angelic wings. If you use the skill when a fragment of divinity is nearby, it will become empowered, dealing significantly more damage, gaining massive area of effect, and bypassing its cooldown. When fighting a boss, let a bunch of the fragments spawn, and then just unleash your divine havoc.
Guys, hear me out. I
obliterating
think
them.
the Huntress will be one of the strongest class in 05.
Last, but not least, we have a new unique jewel.
I have a feeling.
Voices. Voices is simple. It consumes 1 jewel slot to add more. There are versions that add 2 jewel slots, 3 jewel slots, and for those who are absurdly lucky or rich, one with 4 jewel slots. Equip it, and notice the slots appear next to your character's portrait in the center.
Woo! Man, great. No, I like this. I like this.
One of the things we are concerned about is how long it takes for experienced players to replay through the game in each new league. As we learned from Path of Exile 1, one of the things that can really help is having elements in the campaign that tell you where to go, if you know what to look for. We'll cover just one example per act for Acts 1 to 3, but there are many more than just these. For example, Hunting Grounds in Act 1 is a large, sparse area, containing multiple entrances and landmark encounters. Here's an example of some of the changes we've made here. Finding the ritual locusts will lead to the entrance to Freythorn. Just follow it and find the source of the evil.
Okay.
You may also find corpses of dead animals, killed and pecked at by the crowbell. You'll notice a trail of blood leading away from them. Follow the trail and it will lead directly to the boss.
Okay. They put
We even put
the
a
things
signpost on
to
the
make
road
it
to tell you
easier,
which way to
and
go
the
to
game is
find
giving
Ogden
you a
Village.
hint. Okay, the direction.
In Act 2, in the Mastodon Badlands, you need to find the Lightless Caverns and track down the Abyssal. Now to make this quicker, in the level you'll find these cracks. Just follow them, and it will take you right to their lair, allowing you to find and unlock the Well of Souls. In Act 3, the jungle areas have camps of explorers to sell you items. However, they are now even more useful. By talking to the explorers, they will point towards the next area. Not only that, but it will also reveal it on the minimap, so you can know exactly where to go. These are just some examples. We plan to do more and more of these over time in order to streamline the experience.
Okay, they want you to reach the end game as fast as possible and
Now,
not wasting a lot of
as this
time
is an in-game expansion,
in the areas.
it makes sense that we would work on Atlas QOL. We've added a search box that updates live as you type. Have a specific map you want to run? Now they will be much easier to find.
Yeah, no.
If there are
Much
multiple
better.
maps, hitting enter will move you from map to map. Now, making a character build in Path of Exile 2 can be pretty complex. And instead of designing a build yourself, many players enjoy following online build guides. We have a pretty awesome community that has built many tools over the years for designing builds, but we wanted to improve the experience of following them. So, we are introducing a new build guide system directly into the game client.
Wait.
Here's how it works. Community creators who write build guides can now create a new file format, a build file. Once downloaded, the builds appear in the in-game client, and selecting one will show you everything you need to know to make that build.
Wait.
So you can see all the passives you need to allocate, ascendancy points you need to take, skill gems you need to equip, and recommendations for all the support gems you need to use as well.
Great.
For items, the build designer can specify which uniques to use in each slot, or if needed, just add some notes to the item slot to say what kind of item you need. In fact, build creators can add notes to just about any of these areas,
Man, this is really
allowing
cool.
them to explain different trade-offs
Really cool.
in
I really
context,
like it.
or just give more info about how these things should be used. They can also give level ranges to each element, allowing recommendations to change over time. Great for builds that need to respec after they reach a certain level. Now, all of this is written in a standardized build format that creators can use, and we imagine that a lot of community build tools will be updated to add support for this format.
For sure.
Now that we have trade market searching built into the in-game client, we have added the ability to price check items you can find more easily. Control-Alt-clicking an item will now search for it on the trade market, showing you the current prices. For rare items, it's handy to exclude some mods, so we added the ability to enable and disable each mod so you can see what effect each one has on the price. Next up, we're going to be talking about the new supporter packs.
Okay, now
for
we'll
Return
go
of
for
the
the support
Ancients.
pack. Man, this is
Today,
big
we're
introductions.
launching 2 new
Why?
series of supporter packs. The Blood
Basically,
Reaver
they are
and
trying to
Divinity
avoid
packs.
for you to
Each
go
tier
for
contains the
external
pack's full
apps
face
or
value and points,
websites, and you can
alongside
have
several
everything
exclusive
inside in the game.
microtransactions.
Okay?
As
For
always,
example, the builds
microtransactions in
planner.
these packs are
It's
purely
great.
cosmetic and do not affect your
this
character's
is
power
maybe
or
thinking
progression in
mainly
any way.
on consoles
Blood
players
Reaver series of
experience.
supporter
Okay,
packs
the
contains
builds
6
and the
exclusive
market, so
microtransactions.
you don't have and you
Let
don't
blood
need
fuel your
to rely
bloodshed.
on
The
external
Exsanguinator
apps.
weapon effect draws the blood of enemies you've slain and funnels it into your weapons. Turn the appearance of your endurance, frenzy, and power charges into orbiting globules of blood with the Blood Reaver charges. While your charges are active, these blood orbs will grow in size when you absorb more blood from nearby enemies. There are options to have pure blood charges, or charges that still display which kind of charge they are at their core. A taste for blood doesn't negate a taste for style. The Elite Blood Reaver armor features crimson leathers and golden accents to set yourself apart from uncivilized leeches. It also features a back attachment, fashioned out of the wing of a colossal bat. Alongside every Blood Reaver is their trusted gargoyle pet. In true gargoyle fashion, they take the form of a stone statue when you are idle, leaping into action when you're on the move again. What good is immortality if you don't have a vast mansion to come home to at the end of the day? The Eternal Blood Reaver supporter pack contains the Blood Reaver Manor Hideout. This exquisite 2-story estate features an organ, a grand dining table, and cages for your visitors. You can alter the walls to create as many or few rooms as you like. Last but not least, the Servant of the Manor, eternally bound to the Order of the Blood Reavers. This henchman will manage your store, so you can spend more time spilling blood.
Stop that. We won't disappoint you. But if we do, you've our permission to beat us most violently.
The Divinity Pack series also contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Call on Divinity to aid you in eluding enemy hits with the Divinity Dodge Roll effect. As you sprint, actual Divine Lightning wings will form out of your back, leaving a trail of radiance as you engage or escape from combat. For situations that are too dicey, call on the gods above to send down the Storm of Divinity portal to create a safe passage for you to retreat through. Adorn yourself with the Knight of Divinity armor set, a highly revered attire only bestowed to those deemed worthy for the divine cause. Equipping the Divine Surge character effect empowers you with a storm of divine energy. Using skills causes the storm to burst from your character, spilling raw divinity into the area around you. The Arbiter of Divinity wings are the final piece remaining to emphasize the force divinity has over
Okay,
this
guys,
realm.
now it's all the
This
supporter
ancient precursor
packs.
machine was found locked away in a highly
I will
guarded
decrease a
vault.
little bit the
Its
sound.
original purpose is unclear, but it has been
So I can
altered to
give you
fill your
my
maps using the
feedback.
pure, everlasting divinity within
Basically,
the
we
statue.
had a major
The pillars
rework
surrounding
on the
represent how many
endgame
portals you have left for your
organization
map.
of the Atlas.
This map device also tracks your
All
progress as you complete
the mechanics,
new Origins
Ritual,
of Divinity
Delirium,
storyline and this
Expedition,
expansion.
Breach,
Additionally, all
have
microtransactions
some
from
new
the
update I
supporter
really
packs
like
will be made
regarding
available for use in
the build
Path of
planner.
Exile 1.
That was a
On
big
release
surprise for me,
we will
honestly,
also be
and for
releasing
sure
the Return
for
of the Ancients
PoE
mystery
planner
box,
and
which
the
will
other
contain 2 armor
websites,
sets,
I'm pretty
a
sure.
set of map devices for your in-game adventures,
We
a
have
new tracking
more
scroll that records the amount of
organization
currency you've gained
in
from currency
the
exchange
Atlas.
or your shop,
And let me
much
decrease.
more, like
Let
a
me
set of finisher effects and affinity stashes.
let me decrease here the
That's
sound
not
because
all,
I'm
The
hearing this
Fragment
too
stash
loud.
tab is finally coming to Path of Exile
We have
2.
2 new ascendancy.
And with it comes
The
some
Huntress
tab
and the
section.
Monk looks
Inside
really
this
cool.
one
I
tab,
will play
there's a
with
tab for your
Huntress on
various
the
boss
Monk.
keyframes.
That is for sure.
There's
That is
also
for
a
sure.
tab for all your
I was
precursor
planning with the
tablets,
Warrior
with
or maybe
each
the
type of
Witch, but
tablet
looking
getting
for
6
the new
tabs of storage.
ascendancy, I will go with
Finally,
the Huntress
there's a
or
tab
with
for
the
your
Monk.
Djinn barriers and
And
inscribed ultimatums,
the League mechanic,
both of
I
which
really
get their
like the
own 6
crafting.
tabs.
I
That's a
really
lot of tabs.
like the
So that's
crafting.
everything in 050. This is by far the biggest update we've ever made to PoE 1 or 2. New in-game storylines, pinnacle bosses, crafting systems, items, ascendancy classes, and so much more. Now, because this update contains so much in-game content, we're doing significantly more testing than usual. For that to happen, we're taking a little longer than usual between the announcement and the release.
Yep.
050 will be released in 3 weeks on May the 29th, with the patch notes being released on the Friday before that, on May 21st. But there's just one more thing to talk about. Now that the endgame is up to scratch, we have to start talking about our plan for 1.0 release.
Yep.
The feedback we've had during early access has been critical for making all the improvements that we'll be making to the game. At the same time, we had to create enough in-game content to make an ARPG that can call itself a successor to Path of Exile 1. Well, with 050, we now believe we have reached that point, and so this is going to be the last full-size league during early access. That's right, the next big update is going to be 1.0.
Whoa!
Now normally we would do our next big content release in August, but in the run-up to full release, our plans take a little longer on this one. As big as 050 is, 1.0 is even bigger. So we'll be launching 1.0 this year sometime after ExileCon. But that doesn't mean we won't be doing updates in the meantime. In this final phase, we have a lot of things to polish throughout the game and balance to improve. I'm sure there'll also be feedback about the new endgame that we need to incorporate too. The difference is that the focus is not going to be on adding more content like the previous updates, it's going to be on improving what we already have. But we still want to encourage people to try out all the balance changes and improvements that we're making. So we're going to be running a few event leagues during this phase alongside each update. Think remixes of existing mechanics or features. And speaking of ExileCon, don't forget to pencil it in on the weekend of November the 7th in New Zealand. ExileCon is a gathering of our players, and a chance for us to showcase everything we'll be working on for both Path of Exile 1
I
and
will be
2.
there if I could.
And this one will be particularly important for us, since we finally get to unveil some of the coolest content that we've been working on for a while now with Act 5 and 6.
I don't have
Tickets
time
for the
enough,
in-person event are
if you know
currently
what I
sold
mean.
out. But don't worry, all the announcements and talks are going to be streamed online for all of you to watch. Now I'm personally so excited for this. This is the year that PoE2 comes out. The campaign is finally finished. It's been 8 years to get here. But
For
we're
sure
finally near
will
the
be
finish
6th
line.
of December.
And with that, it's time to move on to our live Q&A.
The 1-0. Man, this is huge. This was he confirmed. Okay, I will stop right now. He confirmed that this was the latest patch before the release of 1.0. Okay, so ExileCon will be in November. Probably they will launch 1.0 in 6th of December. The exact date. So they recognize everything in the game. That's why they didn't release any new class, because they want to release the 4 missing classes with 1.0. So 1.0 will be massive. Until then, they will fix it. Okay, guys, it's everything for today. Please let me know. I was kind of, I will not say disappointed, because we don't have a new class. I was waiting for the new class. But this last part by Jonathan make me, okay, I get it. I understood, makes sense. He want to launch this as the final major fix, I will say fix in the game, so have everything with a very solid base and ready for the official launch 1.0. That's why they didn't release any new class, because they want to organize everything, okay, ready, so players can have very good experience, give the feedback. They will launch some new events until the release of 1.0, then release the final product, if you know what I mean. And I get it, okay? Makes sense to me. I was expecting new class, I will not lie to you, but the last statement by Jonathan convinced me, his planning and his strategy, and I agree with him. I have to be honest with you. So I will go as the Huntress or the Monk. That's already made my mind. I will go for one. I don't know, probably the Huntress, but I love a lot the Monk, probably my favorite class since the first day I tested PoE at BGS, even before the early access release. I will see it. I will keep playing with the standard league with my witch and the minions. I like the uniques. The uniques felt really cool. Regarding the mechanics, without playing, my favorite was the expedition, looks so cool, and the ritual. That was the 2 mechanics I liked the most, honestly. And the Atlas, I just don't like the Infinity Atlas. I like much more the Atlas from PoE 1. but that is me. Okay, guys, I will finish by today. Take care and see you in the next video. Take care, Exiles.